asking if I'm going to be late this time, only by a couple minutes. That's why I put on the little loading screen. Yeah, welcome to the stream. We're just going to be doing some updating and some bug fixing of a tool while you guys ask me some here. Psh, ridiculous. Let me get everything else set up. I forgot to load in the chat window. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to just finish getting some stuff set up. I'm going to get us some music really quick. Just going to play some stuff from YouTube probably, like I have before. And then you guys can just ask me questions about Davinci, about scripting, about macros, all that fun stuff. And I'll also be talking about what I'm doing for flow trimmer, or what used to be called marker trimmer. Nope, hold on. I pressed a button. Should not have pressed a button. Can you make a loading animation like the one I had before I started? You can. I literally took PNGs from online. I found a old CRT TV PNG, a table PNG, and just threw it in Fusion and did some magic to it. Honestly, it took me like an hour and a half to do that. The rest of the video, most of the video was actually edited by somebody else, just to be fully transparent. Now, they didn't ask for any credits, so I didn't put it in the description. But it was by Rafika, who does Orson Lord's edits. So I was like, you do some fantastic stuff. I'm going to ask you to do this big video. So yeah, I think it turned out really well. And I'm going to be making a lot of notes for my future videos, because I do want to do a lot better edits and more professional speaking in front of the camera. You can make it in Blender. I bet you could. I just didn't. I don't know experiencing that. I'm not seeing it over here. Great Fusion game, by the way. Thank you, thank you. I didn't put on music yet. Hold on. Let me do that. I'm actually going to use the the music that I got for the game. I feel like that's going to fit best. Is it loading? I have it on lowest latency, so it doesn't have any problems. What do I gotta change? The current resolution is not supported. Expect the resolution of open widget. Show me. It wants 1920 by 1080. Ooh, nice. You're working on a bridge between After Effects and Davinci Resolve. That is awesome. I know lots of people are going to want that. I'm going to be working on a tool, not necessarily a bridge, like bringing After Effects into Davinci, but I am going to be working on a way that I don't want to give too much away, but it's going to be layers in Fusion, basically, is a good way to put it. It's going to literally turn Fusion into a layer-based editing program. That's what I'm hoping to do, but that may be a while. It may be a little bit from then. But I don't doubt that you're able to do the bridge between After Effects and Davinci, because I'm willing to bet that you can just, through some sort of scripting, or like read inside of the AE file and try to figure out like what the graphic in it and like what each layer is doing on like a node basis, because After Effects uses like nodes behind the scenes. It just uses layers on like the front. So that's pretty cool. I'm sure that you'd be able to do something with that to try to figure out what the code is saying about what the effect is. Something to that nature. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I'm talking just randomly out of my ass. Yeah. Fish. Okay, this is my chat today. Fish. This is the chat for today, I guess. Can I change my recording resolution while I'm streaming? Because I don't think I can. Because it wants me to change it, but I'm like, I don't think that's possible. I have to restart. It wants me to give it HD, not 4K. So I wonder if I just need to have like a streaming profile on here, I guess. I'll do that for the next stream. It may be a little bit slow and laggy today just because I'm pushing out a 4K video onto something that wants HD for some reason. Okay. Maybe I should have done more research into what live streams actually allow you to have. But we are going to be working on flow trimmer today. So I did post in the Discord asking about like changes, updates, fixes to things, but I got one person to reply because we're the only cat really uses it. I'm guessing it from my Discord, not many people use it. Or if they do, probably weren't available to answer or didn't really have too many problems with it. But there are a few things. I did notice a few bugs from testing, and also a few additions that would be nice to add. But if you don't know what it is, let me go ahead and actually show you. I'm gone. Bring me back. Okay. This is probably a good place to put me. I might shrink myself a little bit. Here I am. Just something a little bit more out of the way. There we go. So, if you don't know what marker trimmer or flow trimmer is, I did a video on this a little while ago, but you are able to launch it from here. There's currently a pro and free version. This is the pro version. It has all these settings. You're able to select a video track to take the video from, basically, like which media do you want to take from the video track. And then you can optionally include the original clip audio. So if you want to take, like, this is the original clip right here. So if you have this selected, it won't just paste in the video, it'll also paste in the audio so that you can rearrange the audio and everything how you want. And you can also protect overlapping clips if you have really close together markers like we have down here, just for example. And then we also have options to use clip markers, use timeline markers, or use all markers on the track. And yeah, you can assume what that does. And then there's a master padding. This is how many seconds before and after it's going to add onto this clip. It's not going to be just after, it's going to be both of them. And currently I have my default set to 1 because you're able to set and save defaults right here. But we can make this up to like 5 or 6 or whatever, and then we can start to cut. And if we have use marker clips only, we're going to see it's going to be adding those marker clips onto here. And it puts everything up on these tracks because it wants to put the audio and save the audio, so it's not getting pasted. Like, it's not getting pasted into the other audio. Because if I decided to put this down here, it would have, you know, cut into it. So don't do that so you don't break your audio. But I believe there may be some fixes around that. I was taking a look at some other code from other people, and I might be able to get around that. But there's a few issues. Like, for one, you can see this random clip over here actually is belonging to this marker. I feel like this one has the name marker 24, and you look at this one, marker 24, it belongs to the front of the clip. And if you play it, it is the front of your video, but the other half of this is a still image because it doesn't know what to do with the information that you just gave it. So I'm going to be maybe fixing that today, but there's also other things to fix, or at least add. Let's delete the empty tracks and delete these other tracks here. Get rid of that. So what I'm going to be doing today is making it so that you're able to have more than one clip on the timeline, because currently it only takes into account the active clip in the actual viewer. And I've learned more about scripting, so I'm going to be including every clip on the track instead of just the one clip. And there's another feature that I think people were wanting as well. Let me pull it up. This is something that I think would actually be a good idea, is removing the silences, like cutting the space between the clips that it creates so that it will generate it all in one cohesive list so that you don't have to delete the silences yourself or delete the gaps yourself. So I'm going to try to add that today too, but I'm going to first work on how you do that. I'm assuming in and out points, then importing it into the timeline. No. This is reading the video item, and it's saying, okay, from the video item, get it from the media pool, and then add the media pool item onto the track at the specified times of the markers. So, and then if I do every clip in this track, every clip that has the markers on it is going to get included in the process for the future updates. Yeah. So also you may have noticed that it also took the color of the markers that are on these. The clip and the markers both took the color of the markers on these on this main clip, just so it's easy to organize. If you have like your yellow ones being, I don't know, bathroom breaks, you have red being deaths, something like that. But how do you cut the video? You don't cut the video. It's taking this, saying, given these points, so it's basically, so it's saying from the entire list, from this entire track, get the points that the markers are at. This is now the middle point of the clip. It then like adds, you know, how many seconds you put into that, and then it tells the media pool clip to add a clip right here, given the time on the timeline, so you can see how far along it is into the video to actually start the cut inside of this clip. And then it tells it to just put it on top of where this time is. So like the timeline time is super easy, and then getting the inside of the actual clip time is a little bit more difficult, just because you're telling it to calculate how far it is in the timeline, convert that into the frame amount inside of the actual media pool clip, and then add it on there based off of that. Just because the different frame rates can also fuck it up. So you gotta like be aware of that too. But what we're doing today is pretty much fairly easy. We're just telling it to look at all the video clips, which is just looping through the list of video clips. I don't know why. I guess I didn't know about it beforehand. So that's my excuse. I didn't know that function existed to get a list of everything. Do you think you'll pass me in subs? Maybe. You do a lot of cool stuff. I'm not too bothered about it. I'd like to go more in subs, but my biggest money gain is the tools and freelance work that I do for other people. But the subs are very, very cool. I'm glad that people are supporting me and actually like wanting to help me make new stuff and teach them new things. It's pretty cool. So in here, I've already gotten where we're at in the file to do this. We need to replace the current item here with, to put everything after this inside of a loop, basically, inside this function. So current item is going to now be assigned to something different. So what we got to do is get the list of items in the track. Or here, let's just say clip list. And then we'll just say timeline, get item list in track. Bam. And then we just say what type of track it is, and we're going to say video. And then we're going to say track index for which index of track it is. And then now current item is going to be the first, or the item currently that we're looking at in the loop. Depth map in Fusion. Isn't there a depth map? There's already a depth map. Oh, you asked a question. I did not see that. Sorry. It's Asher Roland. You're using the standard version of Davinci Resolve, the free version, you mean? Is there any way you can create a depth map in the Fusion page? I think it's reserved to Studio only. I think it's the only way to do it. I'm sure there's different ways with like levels and stuff. Maybe, does free version have magic mask? No. Yeah, I don't think, is Comfy UI like a tool? Maybe. I don't know too much about that. I'm assuming that it's only paid, like studio version, and there may be some workarounds, but it would be a lot more work. But I don't know them off the top of my head. I'm sorry. So we can go ahead and start looping through this. We can say 4 eye pairs, and I'm just gonna, you know, complete that. We're gonna do. This is the table that we're going through, and then we're just gonna give. Yeah, we want the index. We don't. We want. No, we don't need the index. We just need the actual item. So we just can make that blank, and then say clip, and put this at the very end of this function and put everything over to the side a little bit. This is a long function because this is literally doing everything. It shouldn't do this, by the way. You should never handle your functions like this. Yeah. And then we put the end right there. You should probably break things up into more separate things. Not just all in one function like I did here. I might even update this again to fix this weird problem that I did. This is this is my very first edit page script, so I didn't know much what I was doing at the time. But now we can set clip to be current clip, and everything should work. So if we run it again, we should see that it should work. And there we go. Nothing's broken. But we did not actually test it with 2 clips, but we can see just based off of that, this is still working correctly, which is fantastic. So we can delete all these, and then let's put in a different clip. And let's test it with that. I have another one of this same camera angle. My local disk is getting full. That's not good. Yes, fish. Hello. Do I have to ban you? Is that going to be a thing that just gets spammed in my chat now every now and then? Or at least silence you? Is there an option for that? I don't really know how to do, like, I don't know all the moderation options in here. Not scripts. I don't know why I'm in here. Please no. Okay. You're good. Here we go. Media, video. Plop that in here. This is the other camera angle from the same video. Hello, welcome to the chat, kitty, cat, whatever you wanna. I don't know what name you wanna go by on here, but gamer kitty. And then if we do more, make sure I have my hands over the M, not anything else. We just randomly place down some markers at like different. Nope, not there. The different closenesses is. We can just see. Okay. Let's try this now. Well, you guys didn't say anything. Nothing was there. Marker trimmer. Yep. Cut. We should see it do it on both. Hey! Success! We now have every clip in the track being ran, and that was literally as easy as it was to fix. I should have done that to begin with. You can lock your video track and then delete the markers from your audio by deleting all the markers. Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. The audio doesn't matter as much. It doesn't even take the marker anyway, so it's not even like a completed. It won't be on your output, so it doesn't matter too much to me. And then the other thing I wanted to do, so that's already done. That was easy as. I also want to see about deleting the silences, like deleting the gaps automatically, which would then basically, instead of taking the location of where the markers are and putting the clip on that marker, it's then going to start putting the clips at the front of the timeline and then just keep adding them onto there, but taking the same location on the timeline of where these clips are at on here. I just wanted to make sure real quick though. Yeah, it is actually accurate to everything. Like, it's not giving me the wrong frames. That's perfect. Yeah, so that worked instantly as it should have. It duplicates, it exports as you duplicate markers if you use CSV export. Well, I don't have that. Oh, yeah, what about Trump? No one's talking about Trump. We're talking about fish? Or the tangerine in office right now? Who are you talking about? What are you talking about? But yeah, we got that pretty much down right there. Pretty much we just need to figure out the best way to handle this. I think we definitely want a checkbox or something that tangerines. I mean, real tangerines taste good. Sure. Let's see. Oh, okay. I need to use this more often. Let's go up to here. That's the install. Here we go. We need to put next to audio check, probably. Actually, in the same H group, I think would be a good place to put it. Let's do weight of 0.5. Why does it not like the word weight? Is it just duplicate weight? Oh! I did not see that. This is why I like VS Code. It tells you when you do mess ups like that. Then we just need to duplicate this guy. Let's do a save so we get the spacing. I keep looking down because the microphone's like blocking right in the middle of my keyboard. Are you adding suggestions today, Asher? Yeah, I already added... Oh, I didn't see that. You didn't finish putting that in here. Oh, no, I see it now. Okay. You had them both in the same suggestion, so I didn't even notice there were two in there. But yeah, I can add that as an option like I did in Snap Captions. It's not too bad. And then we can, where are we at? Instead of audio check, we do brain gap fill check. Delete gaps, bam, perfect, fantastic. Checked is going to be false by default because we don't want this to be automatic for them because they want the option to put it on if they want to. Even if it's only pro only, I might. I don't think I'm even going to be updating free. I think free is going to stay as it is. I might fix like the frame 0 bug that a lot of people have been asking about. I can't replicate exactly what people have been experiencing because people keep having an issue where it won't load past the first marker, but I'm assuming it's because that marker doesn't know what to do. But whenever I have had a marker at frame 0 like this one, like this is at 00000, if I run it, it puts it at the end, so it doesn't do what it's done to other people. So I don't know what's going on there. Like if I run this now, come on. Also, that looks good. Nice. Run this. Yeah, this is the first frame right here. So put marker on frame 1. Yeah, it puts it at the end. Some people just don't have it load past the first frame. My theory is they select the wrong track. Why did you eat a cat? What is going on, dude? I was gonna say, are you cosplaying a fish? But that's not a regular fish thing to do. Okay, let's actually add a checkbox. Where should we add the checkbox for that? Weird, bro, you're weird. Jeez, dudes. Be nice in the chat. Don't be mean. What else would be weird? Kitty is offended. I need to extend this bottom out a little bit. I think it's not well. Where should I put the checkbox to, or should it just be a default option? Like no matter what, it's not going to close the window unless you want it to be closed. Maybe I do that. I might just do that. Just so that I don't have to fill up this window anymore. Because putting it there wouldn't make any sense logically. Because whenever you check this box is going to make sure that it's always checked. Just because if you want to delete the gaps, you're going to want the original audio. What brand is my microwave? I don't know. It's like 30 years old. I don't know. No one's asking Davinci Resolve questions, which is bizarre. Because that's the entire title of this stream. Come on, guys. Got any questions about streaming or macros? Or am I just talking to a fish this entire stream? What's going on? Yeah, I think it's just going to be the default option. It's just going to be default. So no options in here. It's just going to not close the window anymore. He's on some type of plant. Possibly. Or he's just doing kooky things just out of the kindness of his heart. I don't know. Where is... Where'd that other function go? Oh, here it is. If success, we don't need to do any of this. So just do that. And there we go. Now we're not closing the window. It's really that easy. But hey, don't do that. There we go. So now, it wasn't closing for me though. Was it closing? I just didn't notice. I don't know. Fish just goes with the flow. Yeah, seems like it. So now if we run it. Yeah, now the window stays open. Yeah. You can continue working on stuff with it open now. Good. Even though it doesn't necessarily need to stay open anymore, just because we're already doing the entire track. But hey, if you need it to be open for regenerating your clips, by all means. So there you go. And then, well, that's the thing. That's just what it does now. It just does the entire timeline. Like as long as that clip that it wants to do next has markers, it's gonna do that clip. Like if I remove all the markers from this, it's not gonna run this anymore. But when there are more clips, it should do all the clips, then close. Is there an SVG version of the Davinci Resolve 18 logo? There wasn't, but I have one. It may be missing the background, but I have one. I don't know if I can put it in the chat, to be fair. I'll put it in the Discord. Does it cut audio markers? No. No, it only cares about the markers on the video track. So if I run it, it's only going to care about the stuff on this clip right here. See? And it's done. It does not care about audio markers because most likely if you put markers onto the clip anyway, it's going to be adding it to the video and audio. Big question. Do you think they'll ever bring back the proxy drop down in Fusion? It is super missed. What do you mean proxy drop down? Like auto proxying and stuff, or like timeline video proxying? I did not play with Legos, no. I used to. I used to have a very old case of Legos that was my dad's. But they were like chipping and falling apart. Would be cool if you would include the audio because sometimes it doesn't have video. There was a glitch where if you clicked on the timeline, it would have a number drop down within Fusion. Proxy. It's a feature in Studio? Let's look at Studio. I don't know why it's not on my timeline here or in the taskbar. Fusion. Not the old Fusion. Give me Fusion 19. Why do I have both Fusions installed? Why does it say that I have both installed? Huh? Try to find it. Like there's a resolution size there. Oh, that's not really resolution. This music is very loud on my end. I don't know if you guys can hear it as loud as I can. I think you can multi-load Fusion, but not Davinci. Yeah, like you can have multiple compositions open at once. Right click the PRX. PRX. I don't use this enough. Oh, yeah. Oh. Is this like quality? Is this like the quality of the proxy? I don't know if I've seen this because we have auto proxying and proxying in. We have this sort of in Fusion. It's just not in the same layout. If you go into here and you right click up here, you have proxying and auto proxying, but there's no, you don't have the options for all those numbers. Yeah, it does kind of stink. It really does not do very good. But yeah, that's like the best we have in here, I guess. I didn't even know that was a thing. So it's like the quality output of it. How many toes do I have? The correct amount, fish. The correct amount, I promise. Interesting. I'll have to play around with that. I've never played with Fusion that much. Did I close Fusion? What did I do that for? Also, I did download the first version of Fusion just so I could take a look at it and see what they had. In Resolve 18, there was a way to get this feature. I need to put the playback to a quarter. That's the best. Good answer. Interesting. Burns Night. What is Burns Night? I'm not going to look more into it because the windows pop up, but interesting. Yeah, I don't use standalone enough. I need to start using it more. You're just being a complainer. I'll look into it. Yeah, I doubt there's a way to do it in Resolve because they like to remove features that are nice. No offense. Sometimes they do. Maybe there is a way to do it and we just don't know where they put it. That is also a possibility. I don't know. Hello, Intude. Welcome to the stream. Your wife loves it. You love Fusion more than... Oh, your wife says you love Fusion more than her? Yeah. I mean, that happens. Yeah. I mean, it's a really addictive software because you get to just play with nodes. It's like building Lego bricks on top of each other, kind of. Referring back to Fish's earlier question. Yeah, I don't know how much I can help you out with that. I bet you We Suck Less is talking about it. What? I went to the video of the music that I'm playing. What the heck is this? Optimized you find works better? Like optimized media, you're saying? This is the song that I'm playing. This is the soundtrack that I'm currently playing for this stream. It is ridiculous. Also, this is the soundtrack for the video game as well. I just looked up video game royalty-free songs, and this is the one that popped up. And it had hilarious images. So I was like, this is perfect. This is amazing. Is there like options in here for it maybe? I'm still on your proxying thing. Do you know if you can add effects to selected clips using Lua? Selected clips? No, you cannot technically get whichever clip is selected on the timeline. That proxy menu doesn't really do anything. Is there a proxy option in here? I can't even tell if you're talking about me anymore. Oh, proxy down here. Oh, interesting. Yeah, this is interesting. This is similar to what it had in there, but it doesn't work? Okay. You can apply. Well, yeah, you have to save it, but I'm just going by what Evan is saying. You can apply nodes, like you can put nodes into clips onto the timeline, but you just can't get whatever is currently selected. Like you, unlike what they're talking about in the Discord. Is there something going on in the Discord that I'm not seeing now? I'm missing out on things. So you can't, yeah, you can't get what's currently selected, but you can get what the person has in their viewer on the timeline. Like you can get that this clip is currently in the view, but you can't get that you can't get that this clip is currently selected on the timeline. That may be a feature they're going to be adding because they just did that for media pool items. So that's probably going to happen, but it's just not in the API yet. Probably will be. The way that you would do that, if you need more context, I actually talk about. We're talking about this in the scripting master book. Don't know if I do. But you're able to basically add a fusion comp onto the timeline clip because you have to add a fusion comp onto timeline clips in the code, even though they technically have a comp in them. Coding is weird because it doesn't automatically detect it, but you have to create it, and then you have to get into it and then add stuff into it that way. They need you need them to add the get selected keyframes. Yes. Like, or like spline handles or something. Like, get the selected stuff in more fusion stuff. We need to get more stuff whenever the stuff is selected. We just need the entire API to get selected this, and this, like for every single category. You're trying to learn, Polycam to do 3D scenes. It's so cool, pretty easy to learn. Trying to learn Blender. I've done Blender stuff a little bit. So that's my next mountain to climb. Any recs for good courses to take for that? Obviously, there's the Blender Guru's course on YouTube. He's a fantastic beginner introduction course for that. I'm going to save reviewing macros only for people who join membership, I think. Just so that there's a reason to join the membership. I do want to review macros still. And I'm going to be doing videos talking about new releases of stuff like I did last year. Like I think in December or November, I did that video. I'm going to do more videos like that. Don't get me wrong. I still want to do those, but I'm not going to do like one-on-one reviews of your macro or tools unless you join the membership. You can do Blender with 100% AI now. I've seen those videos. That's really cool. Really scary, but really cool. Obviously, you still need to do like the texture creation somewhat. There's also situations where that can be done still. But like the scripting and molding to get it looking just like how you want, yeah, you can do that. I don't really have a favorite rapper. I don't really listen to music that much, to be honest. I don't really listen to songs that much. I used to like NF when I was a bit more into that moody kind of drama that he has in his songs. But pretty much I haven't really bothered with it since then. I don't really listen to music too often. Which I know is weird. Let's see about adding this delete gaps option. You're making an FX importer from JSON file. Interesting. You got it working for Fusion, but one plugin that only works from the edit page. If you want to join the Discord, it is in the description. It's, I think, the bottom link. I don't know the order of this description right now. I don't know which order I chose. Let me see. Can I see it over here? I'm sure you guys can see it. It is. Okay, it's kind of like in the middle. It's next to the website link, I guess. It's not super out there and obvious to find. To be fair. I don't know what Netflix is. Free music you can use on YouTube videos. Oh, I just use Epidemic Sound. I just got a subscription for that because they had pretty good music there, and they just came out with a plugin for it. It's so cool. Asher's Roland is a gold mine for Resolve. It is. It's honestly not even because of me. It's because the community is fantastic and makes really cool stuff. Like, I'm glad that I put together the Discord, but everyone else has done the work to really make it as good as it can be. I help out obviously where I can, but people are awesome and they like to share things and talk about things. So if you want to learn more about scripting and macros and stuff, the Discord is a good place for it. Do you think AI diffusion comp would be to people's use? There is an existing script that does that. However, he never released it. It was Robert? Was his name Robert? I don't know what his name is. Shoot. I've seen him all over We Suck Less, but he's also done YouTube videos. Robert, actually, I'm just gonna look up the idea. GBT to Fusion. Is that gonna come up? Igor. Where'd I get Robert from? What the heck? Igor. Yeah, this guy, I'll drop the link down here if it'll let me. This link, hopefully that sends in the chat. Hello, there it goes. That video goes over like his prototype of doing that exact idea. He never released the script to my knowledge. I've asked him actually directly. He does actually he replies to emails. I don't recommend spamming him, but he does reply to emails if you have like a question about it. And I asked him about helping me out figure out how the heck he did that. And he basically just said, here, I have a paid course. Also, We Suck Less is a good place to find stuff. I'm like, that's not helpful. They are very good videos. We Suck Less is a good resource. Don't get me wrong. It's a good resource to see stuff that's already there. But if you ever want to ask a question on We Suck Less, don't expect an answer. They don't reply to messages if they don't care to, if they don't care about answering. Like, you'll never get an answer on We Suck Less from my experience. I have posted many questions. 99% of them have been left empty and only ever gotten views and never ever gotten a reply. And I put them in the correct channels. They just don't reply to things on there. So good to see stuff that already exists. Not great to see stuff that doesn't already exist on there. We are better than Adobe. I kind of agree. Yeah. Adobe has that supremacy feel to them. You can tell if Fish is not liking the conversation. It's boring them. They just keep saying random stuff. Yeah, like the Adobe community feels almost like they got a stick up their ass sometimes, only because they have the company that's literally a staple of making videos and production and everything. So it's always like, Davinci, ugh. But yeah, then everyone who uses Davinci has used probably in their life Adobe products and been like, why are you fighting for your life loving Adobe products when they literally don't work? Like I had to work with my company that I work here with right now to move away from Adobe and move to Davinci because we had so many issues with it crashing and not working. I had to convince them to move to Adobe, or moving them off of Adobe, just because it was so much worse than Davinci. Davinci has its moments, don't get me wrong. It definitely is not perfect, but it doesn't like crash every 5 seconds like it does for Adobe. Some people may have different experience, but that's like the general experience I've seen. You have a lot of idea on how that can be done locally without the GPT API? Ooh. Davinci AI does suck. I've been doing a lot of work with the transcription tools and stuff, like the subtitling tools. They need more options for that, man. Like, I don't know how much I can show you, but if you try to generate captions and take a look at their timing is terrible. Like, you'll have words that start before the word starts and then ends before the word starts. And it's way longer than the actual length of the word being said. So it's just like, what the heck is going on? Why is this so bad? And then the transcription tool also misses entire chunks of videos that have working audio. Consistently, it will miss entire chunks of audio for no reason. And then the audio deletion tool will see those chunks missing and remove half of your video. They should use the new version of Whisper. It would be very helpful for them if they did. But knowing Davinci, they want to make their own neural engine and they want to have it running themselves. And also run it locally on your system. So they're not going to be worrying about using different APIs. Because obviously that would require them to have to pay a subscription to them. Yeah, it skips huge sections of video and audio. It's so bad in some cases. It's not great. Yeah, there's entire timelines that I've had where you press transcribe and you get a blank transcription. Yeah, loads of blank page. Yeah, exactly. It's so bad. Like, you can do some options in the settings and preferences to maybe make it better, but if it doesn't detect any audio, you can't improve on that. That's just not improvable. Excuse me. I just ate a lot of buffalo chicken, so I'm feeling the buffalo part sticking back out of me. Yeah. Auto sub V2 is really cool. I wish that is auto subs able to be used on the free version of Resolve, the V2 anyway? I know V1 can't now, but is V2 able to be used? Because it uses external scripting, but I don't know if it works on free. Because I've talked to Tom before, and I never really got that far. It does not work on free? Okay. Gives me some confidence. Okay. Makes me feel a little better about myself. Also makes me laugh at some people in Orson's Discord because they don't realize that it doesn't work on free version. Like, yeah, you can't generate your own subtitle track with snap captions, but like you can't use any other scripts on the free version either. Random question, but kind of on topic. I record in 4K. Screen and camera is in 4K. I actually bought 4K cameras to make sure it was high enough quality to not look like shit. But I also have certain settings set to make my depth in the video basically lossless, so I can zoom in on different things and make it way better to zoom in on things. Have it backed with Whisper and Jin subtitles all in one. Orson and I have talked about that, just so we can actually get better subtitles to make our tool more appealing. And that might be in an update at some point, but with what we're doing right now, not yet. Not yet. We're doing some other stuff right now to make it even cooler. But that is in the that's in the plans at some point. I won't go into any more detail because it is a private tool that I cannot really talk about too much publicly. But it's going to do some cool stuff, and I can't wait to make it and send it out to you guys. I'll be honest, I don't know for sure. A lot of people use it, so I feel like it is open source in a way. Also, open source doesn't necessarily mean it's free. I guess it does, but like free does not necessarily mean it's open source. It is open source, so yeah. So you don't have to pay for a subscription for it. It'll just handle it for you on the back end. Yeah. So we definitely will incorporate that at some point because it is free. But yeah, I will definitely tell Orson about that because that could be something that we could add. The Apache 2 license. Oh, thank you. That's very helpful. I'll make sure I actually get that. Yeah, I'll type in Whisper. If I can spell Whisper, jeez. My spelling is of a 5th grader. Yes, the confusing page that I need to understand more about. I understand APIs with this stuff and AI vaguely. It's something I need to work on more. It's something that I'm learning still. Like, I know APIs, obviously. Like, I got Davinci Resolve down. Like, Davinci Resolve, it's just a few functions that you just run inside of the program. It's super easy. Connecting to something like OpenAI and Whisper, that's where I need to learn. Yeah, Yes, what should we do here? We need to get... We need to detect when the checkbox is... That was autopilot. I'm so sorry. If you guys saw that before, I deleted it. You recently did that for a job from Discord. Oh, like on like my Discord or something. You have to use Whisper for it. Yeah, like that's really cool. We definitely may be including that in this. Also, Annihilator, don't forget about our call on Tuesday. Just a little secret there. We can't tell you any details about it in super detail, but we will give you a briefing on what we are looking for that. But we won't go into details about it here, because once again, it is a more private thing. Yes. Yeah, the job posting channel? Cool. I'm glad that that's getting some good use. I think I'm going to add some guidelines for posting jobs in there, just so that it's consistent and people know what to put in there. But yeah, let's go ahead and do when on, what did I call it? Delete gaps? Remove gaps? Clear gaps? I don't know what I called it. Gap fill. Oh, of course. The easy name of gap fill, yeah. And then we can do toggle, probably. Yeah. The EV. If EV dot checked equals true. Oh, equals true, obviously. So if it is a checked and not unchecked, then it will do something. So if it is checked, it will make sure that the other check is filled. So let's actually go get that other check name really quick. Audio check. Oh, actually, let's just combine it all into one then. Yeah. So let's get that in there. So if that's true and... Is that right? Or am I thinking of Python? I'll figure it out in a second. And if this... Yeah, this is not... Yeah. It's been a second since I've coded in Lua. Actually, I'm pretty nervous about having a meeting with you guys. Don't worry, we're not that scary. Orson is. No, I'm kidding. He's just Australian. It's fine. Oh, is it just clear the and? Yeah, obviously. Duh. Right. Lua's the easy one. What was I thinking? And this dot checked is false. Then we'll just set this to true. I think there's a more concise way to type this out. I'm not doing that right now. They're super fun to hang out with. Oh, thank you. So now, if we run this, and the audio checkbox is not enabled, too many folders. So if this is disabled and we click this, okay. Oh. Okay, well. Even calls it, then you'll be fine. You haven't been in calls with both of us yet, so you don't know our chaotic energy. What did I do wrong here? Is it not toggled? Am I getting the function name wrong there? Look at the event handlers here. Checkbox toggled. Yeah, no, that's correct. Okay. Let's do a debug test right here, just so we can see if it actually is doing it right. Checked. I guess either way, it'd be checked or unchecked. Doesn't matter. You and Orson be a nut at the same time. Let's see. So this is off. Okay, that's not detecting it. So we're doing something wrong. Why is this function wrong? Why is this function going? Huh? I've used this before, haven't I? Thought so. Maybe I should just do clicked. Yeah, that's how you spell it. Yeah. Let's try this. Okay, that worked. Good. Okay. It is still not doing what it's supposed to be doing, but that is a good start. I guess toggled doesn't work. I don't know why that didn't work, but okay. So that is not detecting it. We are just not getting this correct. So let's just print the output of this then. And see if this comes out as true or false. And we'll do that for both of them, see what they come out with. Nil. Interesting. Oh, is it check state? Or checked state? I think it's checked state. Right, because it's not the exact terminology. Fuck. Okay. Is it check? Eh. What? Checkbox. Check state. What? What? This is how you do it, isn't it? I'm not thinking wrong here, because the EV is the object that it's grabbing. And the what? Here, if I just do EV, this might be a good example as well. What's going on here? Why are you being weird? Is it not what I think it is? Is it being funny? Yes, thank you. It's a table. Lovely. Let's dump that table then. Why Orson bald? Try just using the item ID? Yeah, but it's way cleaner just to get it straight from the EV. I just want to see what's wrong with this EV. But why is Orson bald? I don't know. He's bad genetics probably. I don't know. Okay. Wait, what? Why is it the whole window? Okay, yeah, it's on the Who. Yeah. Sender is the UI checkbox. Nature, yeah. Genetics is probably just poor. My genetics is also poor. I might be losing all of this in a few years. My grandfather, he went bald in his 20s, and I'm in my mid-20s right now. So this could be gone by the time I'm 30, and that's why I have it long. That's why I'm enjoying it while I can. Honestly, I don't blame him. He looks fine with it. Like it doesn't look bad being bald. Some people look bad being bald. He wears it pretty good. Yeah, his beard is full and that really offsets it. It's really nice. I'm sure it's also a compensation for the baldness in his mind a little bit. No, I'm kidding. You do its opposite for now. For now, I might just be fully egghead here in like a year or two. I don't know. He is a Viking, isn't he? He's a Australian Viking. Yeah, those existed. Why doesn't this wanna? It's the sender. Have I used EV before in one of these functions? No. Okay, well, a different tool I did. His family genetics is Viking? Oh, that's interesting. Don't think that really means that it forces him to have a beard and a bald head, but Fisher Vikings also had full heads of hair. Asking about it, he's never brought it up to me. Interestingly. The scripts. Which one should I pull up to look at? Do I have a good one in here to look at? I've made friggin' videos on this stuff. Why can't I remember this? Oh, okay. You're talking about it and yeah, okay. You know how it came up. He just says things sometimes. His mind wanders with his ADHD. Also same. You're bald too? Nice. Is it like a good bald or bad bald? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You don't have to answer that. Did I do it in these? Did I do it in these? Okay. 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 Well, ev.url. That's something different. ev.value. Yeah, I'm using it right here in the same context. It's obviously for a slider, but this is the same idea. This is the same idea. Checked. Mate. I guess it would be, yeah, it would be checked and check state. Unless it's like a weird mix of the two for some reason. Why? Fine. Well, first let's see if this is actually functioning too. Like, is this working correctly? Or am I married? No. I'm as single as they come. I barely even leave the house. Maybe doing not value return true or false? Maybe, but usually checked and check state gives me true or false on if it's obviously checked or not. So let's see, is this working? Yeah, okay, that's working for that. So for some reason the EV for clicked doesn't want to work. Will I marry you? We're all married to Davinci here. Facts. I'm married to the code and to the software. I'm so sorry, fish. I also tend to keep it inside a species, not really a fish person, if you know what I mean. I can't believe I just said that. So for some reason EV doesn't want to work. I'm trying to think about how I could do it instead. We're not fish lovers. Okay, don't be. That sounds a bit more harsh. I don't know. The way that it came out, it sounded way harsher than what I said. I don't know. Maybe I just don't understand how harsh I sound. Oh man. Animate click. You can animate clicks? What? I don't know. No, I eat cat. Oh yeah, careful, cat. Fish might eat you. He has been known to eat cats in the chat before. Oh boy. Why doesn't toggle work? I'm still hung up on why toggle isn't working. Davinci, fix your functions. First, you stop what people from in the free version from using it. Cat fight chat. Jeez. First, you guys remove the UI system from working in the free version, and now we have things that aren't working in the paid version. What's going on here? I jest, but I'm also really annoyed as to what's going on. Like, why isn't this working? Please. Please. Oh, man. What's worse is that the website I'm looking at doesn't have it actually have tested before. They haven't tested this particular function. Is it good? Well, it fixed templates, so that's the good thing about it. Outside of that, I don't know. All I know is that it fixes the template problem, and that's what I was most concerned about. Like they are waiting a long time between updates, but I don't think it's because they're not working on anything. I think it's because they're either working on a big thing for Davinci, or they're very much sidetracked with other stuff like their actual products, because most of their money comes from their products, not necessarily from Davinci. They better work on the AI system. I hope that's what they're working on. If that's not what they're working on behind the scenes, I'll be a little disappointed. Because, like, guys, you have to know that this system does not work. You have to know that you made this system fast so you can export it out really fast for the end user. Like, because you were trying to compete with like After Effects and Premiere Pro and every other software that had auto subtitles. That's why they made it so fast and so rough, because they wanted to compete with them. Because everybody was like, okay, Davinci, we're waiting. And it took them so long to actually come out with it, and it's still not good. So everyone is now also moving away from it still because it's not good. So if they don't fix it, they're going to be losing a lot of people from their tool. Anyway, sorry. Rant over. I need to calm down. How do you create a macro for all types of resolutions? This is fairly easy. Let me go into a project for you. So if we pull out, please, if we pull this out, you can do it with expressions, yes, but there's also better ways to handle it. If you just bring out a background node, it will by default update to the resolution of the comp, which also updates to the project and timeline. But if you have your other stuff that needs to be a certain placement on the screen, be certain sizes and everything, for example, masks get weird on different resolutions, and I think shapes maybe, but it's a different system. You can also make sure that this stays on like the HD resolution that you want it to be inside of. And then you want to merge this over the background that's adapting to your resolution, and then do that so that the output is your output resolution. Let's make this clear. If we change this, we're not going to see the output change because the output is being handled by this. So if you want things to be on a certain position without changing that much, have a background here for the actual things to go on to. And then you have a background at the very end that changes to the actual size of the timeline. So we have this text here. And this also has a built-in stuff actually. So actually, let's forget about that because text also adapts to your size over here. It will also adapt. So you can also disable this to make sure that it stays relatively the same size no matter what timeline it's on. But if we, for example, bring in a mask, because masks get really funny with different resolution sizes. This may be a little more obvious with a polygon. If we put this over the polygon, for example, put this over here. Let's preview this in 1 and just draw a shape. Boom, 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 boom. And if we look at the output, it looks like how it does when we made it. But if we change the size here, I think we're going to see something happen. Okay, well, I have had success with this before. I don't know how to show it off to you as easily because I haven't done this in a second. But this is the way to make sure that it is, regardless of the resolution, you have the output resolution always adapting to the timeline, and then the stuff inside is the stuff you set it to. And it will always adapt to the size, from what I understand. I never had a problem with it before. But basically, like, you want to, for everything in here, disable auto resolution, because then you have your base, and then you have the adapt, if that makes sense. You can also do it with expressions as well. Like, you can do changing aspects and stuff with expressions, absolutely. But just a quick solution with just nodes. This is a good way to do it. It's just a bit of a setup. When do you think you'll get scripting updates? We'll get scripting updates. They'll start to notice more plugins being made for Davinci. They're actually updating stuff and adding stuff to the API in every update for the past few updates. And it also helps that like me and other developers are actually talking with the teams behind it and talking about, hey, let's talk about doing these changes and fixes and all these things to make the API better. So they are looking at doing these things. So if you do find a feature that you would like or a bug that you have found on the API, you can reach out to them. They have a developer email. Don't spam it. Only reserve it for like specific questions. Be very specific. Like tell if it's a bug, tell how it was produced the first time, how to reproduce it, the expected outcome, the actual outcome, and in like screenshots and other things to really tell them exactly what's going on, so they don't have to go back and forth with you on a bunch of questions. So don't spam them, be specific. But if you do, interesting. Well, why'd they answer to me then? I don't know. Maybe it's, I do know that you're able to reach out to them because they have that publicly posted. But if you reach out to them at developer@blackmagicdesign.com, email them, be specific with the problem, make sure that you know it's a bug, not just you doing something wrong. That's maybe why they asked you to post it in the forum. But they probably have issues with it a little bit because there is one person handling those emails. So that's why I say don't spam them, be very specific. Make sure that you know it's a bug when you're giving it to them, because you don't want to waste their time. And I have wasted their time before and I feel bad. But yeah, be specific, make sure you have the information actually accurate. And if it seems more like a general issue, not necessarily an API issue, more of just a Davinci Resolve problem, reach out to them on the forum. The forum is the best place for that, even though the forum is still not great, because most people who actually reply on the forum are randos like you and I, who think they know what they're talking about and tell you that you're doing everything wrong because they're rude. By the way, I do not live in the Bahamas. No. Fish, I do not live there. I live next to a cornfield, actually. Yeah, the forum it's okay. But in reality, the forums are really annoying to have to use. It's a bug where you paste, oh yeah. Give them context. Like say, hey, I'm working on a tool that allows you to like customize keyframes, just like flow from After Effects, blah, 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 blah. Like give them the whole rundown. Let them know that this is a tool that you're working with other developers with, kind of in a way, I don't know. They might be more receptive to that. I don't know. It's weird because they've always answered my messages. Maybe it's just because I'm active in the community and they like know who I am. I don't know. I don't know how to go about that. I'm sorry. I thought they would just answer anybody. I didn't give them contacts when I first messaged them, but maybe we annoyed them enough to where they have rules in place now. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to go about that. I'm sorry. Were there any other questions I missed? I don't think so. Oh, why am I wearing glasses? I guess I'll enter fish on that. Because I'm hard of sight. I'm hard of seeing. I can't see things far away very well. Now let's figure out why this isn't working. Okay, so I'm getting the true of this. That's false. I guess I'll just do... I don't want to have to do it this way because there's really no reason that I have to. You didn't explain that you're making the tool. Just give a long context. It's because they know you. Maybe, yeah. I think the best answer you can get from them if you give them exact information is just, hey, we're working on it. I think that's the best answer they can give you. Yeah. Maybe give them context about that you're making a professional tool that's going to be sold. They might be more receptive to that. I don't know. Should I talk about your workflow integration script that was in the off-topic channel in Annihilator? For anyone who's not, not reveal anything weird if there's anything on the Discord real quick. Why was I added? Who added me? The hidden buttons we never knew existed. Huh? What's this context? Do we want to talk about the reality of your off-topic post, or do we want to keep it as it is? Do you want to keep building hype? Should we start talking about the details? Just give a reaction? Okay. I will say I heard about this beforehand, but just seeing this is really, really cool. Let me actually show you. For anyone who's not sure what we're talking about, the reality is I know what's going on. Like he and I talked about this beforehand. Like I know how he did this and everything. So it's really cool what he did. But I can't go into it. It's a secret because it's really hard to find the information about it. But he created a workflow integration script that allows you to detach like different tabs, like the spline panel and everything. It's a little glitchy, he says. Yeah, it looks like it messes up the UI a little bit. Weird duplication stuff. Like you can see it pops out a window. Like you have the spline panel and console popped out. This is for Fusion standalone, to be fair, so it's a little bit different, right? But like, look at that. Look at that. It's crazy. It's craziness. I cannot believe he figured out how to do that. It's insane. Anyway. Let's see. Does this button work now? Okay. They're both true. Now one's false. Okay. There we go. No, what's odd is that it's not updating the check. Why isn't it updating the check now? What's going on? Does anyone want to... Like... So we know this works to get it, the information, but why isn't this setting the information to true? Why isn't this toggling it? What? This is meant to toggle it, right? I'm not losing my mind here? Oh, you can't see that. I'm sorry. I'm talking about this. So we have like all this stuff up here works. Like this is correctly detecting stuff. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Wait, what the? Tomfoolery. It works now. Okay, well, never mind. That question is now null and void, I guess. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to do there. There's not a way to compact an if statement in Lua, is there? Yeah, there is. There is. It's like the question mark thing similar to Python, isn't it? Ugh. Okay. You can do it and or. That's right. I've seen this before on other things. You can do an and or thing. But I don't know if you can combine two things in an if statement like that. Yeah, what I could do is make these variables. No, yeah. Yeah, there's not really an easy way to make that a one-line if statement. I think because of the and here, but I may be wrong. I may just not be understanding exactly what the context to use this in is. Unless I can put them in parentheses. So the way that you could possibly do it, let's see if this works. So we need a condition. This is the condition. We need to see if we can put this in parentheses, for example. I think it takes another parentheses for the entire thing, maybe? I don't think so. Let's do this. This, and do this if it's true, or nil? Can I do that? If I surround this in parentheses, will this work? No. Wait, I didn't end this. No, I didn't. I did end that. No, this does not seem to work. How to make macro for 2 video timeline layers, 1 and 2, and apply the macro. Huh? How to make macro for 2 video timeline layers, 1/2. Is that? Are you saying half or 1/2? And how to apply macro in 2 video on timeline. I might need more context, or if somebody knows what they're trying to say. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm understanding what you're asking. If you're asking if you can put 1 macro on 2 clips at the same time, I mean, closest thing you can do with that is like a transition, but like an effect, no. You can do a generator, and can't flip outside the window. If you make a, that doesn't help. I don't know what 1 and 2 timeline means. Like you can do a generator over 2 clips on a timeline track. Like you can make, let me get one of mine, for example. That probably would be a good example for you. I have a twin no, let's get the new one. I have this one that I call screen utility. This is how I do all my zooms in my tutorial videos. This tool can go over more than 1 clip at the same time. Let's go over here. And it can affect both clips at the same time. This is a zoom effect, so if I wanted to zoom, I can turn that on and it will zoom into here, and then it will cut to the next clip, still zoomed in, and then it will zoom back out on the next clip. So you can make a generator, which is just a matter of, in this instance, I am, this can look messy, but I'm using a media in, using background to get the original image from the timeline. Hey, welcome Peach, welcome to the party. If you got any questions, I know you're working on a lot of stuff right now, so if you got any questions particularly about anything you're working on, feel free to ask me or ask me in private, if it's, you know, secret. But yeah, I'm using a media in one to get the background source of the actual timeline, so this is just the clips behind it. So if I go here, it's clip 1. If I go over here, it's clip 2 because of where we are in the actual timeline, relatively. And then we're just affecting this with different methods. Like we're just masking different things or zooming with this right here. So that's what we're doing there. So yeah. And then to actually save this, it's as easy as just putting it in the folder for generators. Like if you know anything about saving it for macros and stuff, let me go to my templates folder. You can find this. It's in your app data folder, roaming, Blackmagic design, and you can get app data really quickly just by doing %app data %. That was not percent. My bad. %app data %, and it takes you into roaming automatically. Then you just go down here to Blackmagic, Davinci Resolve, support, Fusion, templates, and now we're here. And then you can make a folder for edit, and then have folders for each of these to put the effects into. And if you put it into the generators folder, you're going to put it into this category over here. Super easy, super cool. Like if we go into here, we can maybe see this tool. No, I don't have it in here. It's a DRFX, but yeah, that's how you can quickly save your macros and put them into the generators to affect more than one clip at the same time. So this does not seem to work. I tried to make a compact if statement, but it did not want to work. Compact if statements in Lua don't accept more than one thing, I'm guessing. Unless I just need to do equals to something. Is that what I have to do? No. Ternary. No, okay. Oh, no, this is a... Right, this person made a function for that. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, here, I'll paste in the example that this person has in the, hey, welcome to the stream, Jay. I don't see you around here too much. Welcome. I'm working on updating one of my tools, but if there are any questions for Davinci scripting or macros, I am all for answering them. I was trying to do a compact if statement like this, where you have, this is, I think this is like, if this is true, then this will play. And then if it's not true, this will play. So it would just be nah, blah, blah, I think. I may be misunderstanding. I'm still getting used to some things. So like Lua, I'm still learning, even though I learned it pretty quickly. There's still a lot of stuff to learn. I don't know what that's talking about. Has anyone seen that error before? That's a brand new error. I've never seen this. Kernel depth convert failed to run. That seems like it needs to run. I don't know what that means. But let's see. Yeah, because A is false, it gives us nah blah blah. And you can't have an and parameter in the A slot, from what I can tell. Like if I do this, it's not being mad at me. Here, let's put this in parentheses. Maybe that'll like it better. Is this gonna work for some reason? Did it just not work when I did it? Because it like does not like me? What's going on here? Interesting. Hello. Okay, this is gonna always print false because I'm setting it to true at the top. So let me actually put this at the top now. So yep, that's true, and then I do this. Okay, so it does accept 2. Huh? So if I do this instead of the blah, I do, sorry. I do this instead of the blah. And I, see, that's where I'm confused. Do I have to put this in parentheses for it to work? So if I set it like that? I don't know, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't seem right. Let's take it out of the print statement, see if it'll accept it. No. Well, I guess we're not compacting this if statement. That's fine. It only accepts it in certain situations. I don't know what situation I could use that in, though. for this case. So yeah, this all works fine. It's whatever. Oh, I should probably disable the ability to turn that off. Is it just... Yeah, set enabled false, yeah. Just so you can't change it, because it needs to stay on for this setting. Otherwise, it'd be kind of annoying to have to use. Oh, it's not... Okay, it needs to do that regardless, though. Yeah, okay. So instead of just an if, just put this below. There we go. Oh, wait, no, if it... It only needs to happen if this is true. I'm nesting if statements. This isn't good. Is there a way to do switches inside of Lua? I just don't know. Does anyone know the answer to that? So I can avoid doing if statements like this? Or is there a way to avoid that? Does it just have to be that way? So now if you check it, regardless of how you check it, it's always going to do that, and I need to then do else and reverse it. I don't stream that often. I used to a little bit more, and I do plan on streaming a bit more in the future. I just haven't because I've been busy with other things, and I haven't really felt responsible enough to stream. I didn't have a good idea in mind of what I was going to do on the stream. So I've decided to switch it up now. I'm going to probably occasionally edit tools on streams while I answer questions. So it's going to be like occasionally, but it's not going to be all the time. Maybe when these bigger videos come out, like the one that just came out. So now we check it, and we can no longer uncheck it. We do that, and we can uncheck it. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's just what I wanted. And if you uncheck and check, okay. We're getting somewhere. So if you're confused why I'm doing this, for context for anybody who's either just now coming in or doesn't know what's going on with this tool is the marker trimmer. Also, I'm going to rename it to flow trimmer just to fit branding, but it will take the marker positions and read the clip that it is on, or the timeline. You know, if it's a timeline marker, it'll read whatever is above it, and it will add a cut down clip onto that section with the padding you gave it here. This is padding before and after, so it's going to be 5 seconds and 5 seconds. And it's going to use clip markers in this case. And we're not going to protect overlapping clips, so if there's clips that will clash together, it's not going to worry about them overlapping. You can protect it if you need to, but we don't want that. And you can also set individual paddings like this for each of the different colors as well. So then we can just press cut, and it runs through all of them, cutting all of them that have it on, for example, the video track. And this is frame 0 because it's a current bug, because frame 0 in the code, I guess, is getting told to get put at the very end of the timeline, and it's also still trying to add the padding before, so everything before this frame, like this is frame 0 over here. This is the same frame right here, marker 24, marker 24. So this is right here is actually 0, 0 of your clip. Everything before this is a still image of frame 0 because there's no actual data there, so it doesn't know what to put there. But then as soon as you get past frame 0, it actually plays the video. So I'm going to add also a check to see if it is at frame 0, and if it is, ignore the front and only add the end, basically. And that was weird. I don't know why that just happened. Oh, because of the offset problem, right? Because it's basically a glitched out clip. But yeah, that's what we're updating today. And then what we're doing for delete gaps is we are going to set up so that it will, instead of putting it on top of where the markers are, it's going to align them in a row from the beginning to the end. But just give the timings from inside this clip of where the markers are adjacent to the clip, if that makes any sense. Yeah, like the idea of delete gaps. It's a really good idea, I think. It didn't ever occur to me because this is my first ever edit page script that I ever made. I recently added the ability to do all the clips in the track. I used to just do the clip that was active because I didn't know there was the option to get the list. So that's cool. I could probably do the combining as well. Yeah. I'm going to add that to the list of feature suggestions. I am accounting for those as well. So if we go into one of these, it will just add the padding around the outsides of it. So if we go into here, actually, let's make this a little bigger so it's a little obvious. We'll just make it really big there. Oh, too big. And we'll also make this different color so we can really see it. We'll make this, yeah. There's one right next to it that's the same color. Make it brown. And if we run it, why is there frog sounds now? You see, it takes the entire gap. Also, all the clips take the color as well. That's something really cool. But you can see it adds the padding to each side, and it takes the entire size of the duration marker. And if you disable and enable the clips, it is accurately timed. That's not a problem right there. And if it has the multiple audio tracks, it will add the audio down here. That's why there's a huge gap between the video clips, because it's trying to protect the audio. So if you need to use the audio, then there you go. What do you don't like about the duration markers? I do not eat horse, no. Cheese fish. No, not cheese fish, no. Just G's. I have a very chaotic chat today. If you have markers inside of the duration marker, it will cut the duration clip down. Oh, if you have a protect clip, if you have protect overlapping clips, it will add it to a new track, but I guess it won't by default. You would also like to see just putting markers inside of duration markers and not adding the clips. I could have that as maybe a toggle, possibly. Like if it detects. This is really hard to see. Let's make this a different color. Pink. Still not easy to see. Good enough. So if you like add a marker, for example, like right here. Oh, sorry. On the clip right here. Can you add a marker onto the clip right there? You can move a marker into there. But you can't like add one manually. You have to move it in there. So I don't know. Just because you have to manually put it there, I don't know if that's a good idea. Just because it's going to be very rare. I think. Like, how often do you do that? Like, is that required for your duration markers? Yeah, I guess if you're using the index, it would help to see all the markers that way. Yeah. I think having the toggle then would actually be maybe a good idea still. I don't know how far we're going to get into this. It's already been about 2 hours and we've only done one feature and part of another feature. I also am working on a sourdough today. I need to check my sourdough starter here in a little bit to see if it's doubled in size yet. Don't think it will today. I think today's a bad day for some reason. Maybe it's still developing. I'm not using these. Why am I not using these? I really need to go through this file later and just fix it up because it's really messy. I also wonder if you can keep the physical marker and just not cut the clip inside the duration marker. Yeah, I might have like a toggle. So the thing about the protecting the clips, the markers inside the clips, the duration markers, sorry. The thing about protecting the markers inside the duration markers is that exists as the protect overlapping clips. You just have to turn that on. But don't I already have something that puts it on another track? I thought I did. Besides overlapping clips. Let me see. I don't know. Let me see. So if we add some more, a little bit on here, what happens? It did protect it. It did protect it. Even though I don't have protect overlapping clips on. It protected that clip right there. But you're saying if you like delete the empty tracks and oh, you're saying if you delete the gaps, it does that. I think I see what you're saying. So if you go up here to like timeline, wherever it is, edit, delete gaps. Oh, well, I have this clip in here, so that wouldn't do it. But like, yeah, like if you flatten it, like remove all the empty tracks and then delete the gaps, like, you know, doing this, that, well, I did not expect that to happen, but you know, if you remove all the gaps with that option right there, yeah, that would happen. But if you then, instead of doing that in the future, if you instead do the option for delete gaps whenever I add that, finish adding it, it will protect the timing, so you won't have to worry about that. It will detect where it should go. I will have to work on that separately, but that will be a feature. It will just put it on top, like it already does, but where it's going to go instead. I really can't add this feature right now because it's going to take a lot of math and thinking. I don't have the brain power for that right now. Why you like it? Like, why you like having the macros inside of here? Yeah, I think you'll have to be. You'll have to, because I don't understand the use case for that on a more general basis. Yeah. Do we have any other general Davinci Resolve questions while we're here? Otherwise, we might end stream here soon. Just because the rest of the updates are probably going to take some more time. They don't have much else to really show you guys. Because the bug fix for frame 0 is going to take a second. Like, all this is going to take a second to do. I think it says I have 4 viewers, unless I'm reading that wrong. So there are some people still around, but maybe just us two right now. I lost a view after I said that. Alright. Okay, well, with that all being said then, I think we'll go and end the stream. I think it has gotten to the point where people are losing interest in watching me update the tool, which they don't have a whole lot of context for. I don't know if I'll be updating the new macro creator on a live stream at one point, just because of how secretive that code is, but I'm also going to be protecting the code a little bit better in the future. So, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I think I'll go and end the stream here. There's no more questions, and we've gotten through pretty much anything I can on live. So that's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Get with you when you want to see your workflow. Yeah. If you want to, you can even like send me a video of you talking about it, because I'll be working on my sourdough like right after this. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching and joining. Oh, you have me in the background while you're working on this stuff? That's no problem. Well, I think no one else is asking any questions, so I think we might be ending stream. So yeah, I think we've waited long enough. If there were anyone who asked, if wanted to ask a question, I think they had the time to. So that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys again so much for joining me. It's been a lot of fun. Very chaotic this stream, and we got through a decent amount of updates. This is probably the best way I can actually get myself to do updates, because I have other stuff I'm working on all the time now, so I barely find the time and energy to update my stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for joining once again, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.